Hi friends, welcome to Ganga e-learning platform. Our today's topic is on problem solving technique. Okay, and today we are going to present one case study on village after sharing some basic important fundamentals of problem solving. Then we'll move towards the case study. This is the brief introduction about myself. Uh, I am from Pune, Maharashtra. I am a certified TPM facilitator, a certified trainer from Dale Carney. Okay, I am a Society of Design Thinking practitioner. I have done my diploma in advanced diploma in learning and development. I have trained more than 2,500 students and operating engineers. I have successfully guided and placed 1,200 plus students in different organizations in Maharashtra. I have 18 years of experience in automobile OEM company in different fields like PPC, production, TPM, business excellence and process. Okay. So apart from this, I am working on employability index. My aim is to increase the employability in Maharashtra so that maximum people will get the job without paying any charges to placement or any consultancy. So here we are going to focus on capability development of the fresher engineers, and we are going to give them a platform where they can apply and they can get a job absolutely free without paying any amount to anyone. Okay, so let's welcome again for the problem solving technique. Our today's content are learning cycle, problem and problem solving, attitude towards problem solving, type of problem solving, common mistakes made in problem solving, what is fact and opinion, 3G principle, how to present the fact, types of actions and example, and case study on problem solving. Okay. Before going to the topic, let us understand what is learning cycle. In learning cycles, there are two parameters. One is the competency and second is the degree of consciousness. Okay. In competency, there are two elements. One is incompetent and second is competent. In degree of consciousness, there are three elements: unconscious, conscious and subconscious. Okay. The picture shown in front of you is of F driving. Okay. Whenever a person is driving any vehicle, okay, he don't know anything about the car. In that case, he has to understand what exactly is steering, gears, how to shift the gear, what is ABC, accelerator, brake, clutch. In this state, his mind is unconscious. Okay, he is not aware anything about what is driving and what is ABC and everything. Okay, and he is incompetent, he can't drive the vehicle. Okay, that is the first stage. Okay, that is the first stage. Okay, when he joins the driving school, at that moment he understands what is indicator, how to give the indicator, steering, gear, clutch, brake and accelerator, when to press the brake, when to press the clutch, when to shift the gear knob. That everything he understood after joining a driving school. Okay. Next, after joining and after learning this, he tried to practice it. Okay. While practicing, he makes lot of errors. There are many issues which he may face. Okay. He is not competent, but he knows how to drive the vehicle. Consciously, he can drive the vehicle. Okay. Okay. At that time, he is not competent, but he is conscious. Huh? He has moved from his journey from incompetency to competency, but he is not competent yet. Okay, because he is driving the vehicle in conscious stage. Okay, when he continues his complete driving school for next 10-15 days, his confidence is increased. He practices whatever he has learned. Daily he drives 4 to 5 kilometers. Okay, which develops his skill. Okay, then after he acquires that skill and he is able to drive completely in subconscious stage and competently. Okay, that is the fourth stage. Okay, in learning cycle there are four stages. Even if it is in organization, in society or at home, the learning cycles are have four stages. Okay, from stage number 1 to 2, that is nothing but awareness. From stage number 2 to stage number 3, it is learning, and from stage number 3 to 4, it is nothing but practice. The more and more you practice, then you will become a skillful person. Okay, so this is about the learning cycle. The main agenda and objective behind sharing this learn cycle is that today I am going to share you something about problem solving technique. Okay, so here you will learn something, but unless and until you don't try it, you don't practice, this skill will not help you in your personal as well as in professional life. This skill is very important. So I am going to demonstrate how this problem solving technique or method or methodology has helped in a society. So that case study today we are going to present in front of you. So let us understand what is problem and problem solving. You will see one image. Okay, so here the two persons are fighting. Okay, there are some misunderstanding, there is some misperception between them, because of which they are fighting with each other. The second image is of a fallen tree. It's a problem for a person who is driving on that road, because he cannot reach to his destination because of this fallen tree. So again, it's a problem for him. In first image, it's a problem for that boy, it's a problem for that girl. Okay, so what is the problem? Problem is nothing but it's a gap between the desired and actual level of performance. Okay, I will repeat it. It's a gap between desired and actual level of performance. That is nothing but problem. कोई भी चीज में जब तक हमें अपने एक्सपेक्टेशन के हिसाब से कुछ नहीं मिलता, जब तक हमें हमारे प्लान के हिसाब से, अपने एक्सपेक्टेशन के हिसाब से, इन कंपनी जब तक अपने को स्पेसिफिकेशन के तक, जब तक अपने को वो जॉब नहीं मिलता, वो जो इशू है, दैट इज नथिंग बट एन प्रॉब्लम. Okay, then what is the problem solving? Then problem solving is nothing but to minimize the gap from present level to the desired level or goal is nothing but problem solving. Okay, in short, whatever is the expectation, what is your specification, let's achieve to that specification, let's come to that goal. The target is nothing but a problem solving. Okay, so problem is the distance between where you are now and where you could be, no matter how good you are now. Okay, Townsend and Guénon. When can we say that problem is solved? We can say the problem is solved only when our expectations, our specification, our goal, our target is achieved. In that case only we can say our problem is solved. Okay, so now let us understand what is attitude towards problem solving. There are two different types of attitude. One is living with the problem and the second one is kill the problem. I will repeat, there are two types of attitude which we come across. One is living with problem and the second one is the kill the problem. Okay, what do we mean by live with problem? Whenever we conclude that this is the problem of a person, it's an error of a person, that's a wrong attitude in problem solving. Whenever we have to pay excess amount for to assert the given quality, that is living with the problem. Problems will be solved with minimum cost, with minimum investment. Okay, if you are getting your quality and output by investing maximum amount money, is not, we can't say it's that your problem is solved because you're paying more. Your problem should be solved with minimum investment. Okay, next, thinking or approach, attitude that last year's number is good, so it's enough. So we are comparing to the last year result, as compared to that we are good. When we say ये चलता है, पिछले साल से अच्छा है, that is the wrong attitude. Okay, हम लोग बाकी के कॉम्पिटिटर से अच्छे हैं, हम लोग बाकी के कॉम्पिटिटर से अच्छे, we are still better than our competitor. If we are thinking in this way, then it's a wrong attitude or a negative attitude towards problem solving. We have survived so many years with the same problem and we will survive in future also. We have survived so many years with this problem and we will survive in future also. That is also a problem or attitude, negative attitude in problem solving. People thinking that that is not my job. People thinking that it is not my job. That attitude is a negative attitude or wrong attitude towards problem solving. Then what is right attitude? So let us understand what it means. Kill the problem. Kill the problem means having a right attitude towards the problem. Because problems are the seeds for improvement. In current scenario, because of lockdown, this scenario is common to all the peoples living over here, but still few peoples have come with some innovations, some ideas, fabricators. They have come with new ideas. They have designed a fixture which will help to sanitize the team while going before entering the plant. So this problem is seed for the improvement. They have done some improvement which has helped the organization, which has helped the nation. Okay. Now the person who used to make the uniforms, now he has started making these scarf. Okay, with the same color, with same design, different design, matching to the shirt. It's an opportunity for that person. Okay. Wherever there is a problem, there is an improvement. There is scope of Kaizen. A person thinking with such approach, such attitude is a right attitude. Problems are not problems. Those are the opportunities which we get to improve ourselves. If there is no problem in your life, if there is no problem in your organization, that means something is wrong in your organization. I will repeat, if there is no problem in your organization, if there is no problem in your life, then there is something wrong in your life or in your organization. You have to relook again, you have to rethink again. Okay. So the right attitude is nothing but a person who is thinking, with this problem I will get some solution. He has a belief that he can improve the current scenario or situation with some improvement, some kaizen, some innovation. That kind is nothing but a right attitude towards the problem solving. Living with problem result in no improvement, low moral and chronic issue. Okay, living with problem result in no improvement, low moral and invitations of chronic issues. In every organization, we have different types of approach, methodology, which organization has adopted for problem solving. Okay, there are different tools and technique which are used in the organization, in a society, in a company to solve the problems. Okay, so here I am trying to make some simple concept which will help you to understand the cause and solution quadrant. Okay, where different types of problems will be defined. In many organizations, defects are categorized as A, B, C. In few organizations, those are categorized as A plus, A, B, C. Okay, so let us understand with this quadrant. Okay, on the x-axis we have a causes, on y-axis we have a solution. Again, in x causes we have two elements which is known and unknown. Similarly for the y-axis solutions, we have two elements which is known and unknown. So category 4 types of defect. Just do it. Whenever there is a problem in which we are aware what is the cause and we know what is the solution, in that case do the kaizen, do the improvement, okay, and complete it. Basically the associate kaizens come under this criteria. It is not mandatory, it's not a thumb rule, but many workplace improvements on workstations are carried through associate on his workplace. All such defects or improvements come under category 4. Okay, whenever we know the cause and we don't know the solution, in that case that defect comes under category 3, where we have to generate ideas with the help of tool brainstorming. Okay, seven hats idea collection. We have to evaluate it and then we have to implement it. Okay, best feasible solution is implemented. The category 1, when the cause is not known and solution is not known, in that case we have to use the systematic problem solving approach. I will repeat, whenever we don't know the cause, whenever we don't know the solution, such defects are comes under category 1, where we have to implement, we have to adopt the systematic problem solving technique to resolve it. Few example of solving the systematic problem are QC technique, Cordy circle technique, DMAC, Juran 12-step methodology, 8D. Okay. Similarly, we have problems with unknown causes and known solution. We don't know the cause, but we know the solution. Such problems can be solved with tricky techniques, Six Sigma like projects. Those comes under category 2. Okay, so now we have seen 4 types of categories of defect, how to identify it. There are 2 parameters, cause and solution, known and unknown. Okay, according to that there are 4 categories of any problem. There are separate technique used for each problems. Okay, there are few common mistakes which we do in problem solving. Like one example is treating chronic and sporadic problem in the same way. Let us take one example. Okay, a person has a throat infection. A person has a throat infection. A other person is also having a throat infection, but there is a big infection in his throat, which gives an idea that there is a possibility of having a throat cancer. If these two people goes to a doctor and they visit the clinic, okay, the same treatment if it is given for the throat, normal throat pain, and second was the symptoms of cancer, those treatment are not acceptable. Okay, there should be separate technique or method for a normal throat pain issue or a problem, and there should be separate method or a medical care should be taken in different way for the problem of cancer. Okay, so in short, we should not treat the chronic problem and sporadic problem in the same way. Okay, so we have a different system, approach, methodology to solve all both these causes. We have a separate tool called as a PM analysis tool, which is used for the chronic concern. Okay, sporadic concern can be solved through 12-step methodology. Sporadic problem can be solved through QC tools. Sporadic problems can be solved through 8D methods, 8D techniques. Okay, so we should not treat chronic and sporadic problem in the same way. Second mistake which we do, most of the team members do, is trying to solve the problem through common sense and technical knowledge. Whenever a person, without understanding the problem statement, without visiting the workstation, without understanding the situation of the workstation, without understanding the situation or the problem faced on the workstation, he comes directly to the solution with the help of his past experience or common sense and technical knowledge, it's not acceptable, because for every problem there are different parameters which impact it. Okay, and all these parameters depend on the situation scenario of that workstation where it is assembled or where it is inspected. So generation stage is different, detection stage is different. We have to understand both the stations, and then only we should come to the solution. So with the help of common sense and technical knowledge, we should not jump for the solution. Okay, jumping to solution without knowing what it happened, unless and until we don't know the root cause, never jump for a solution. Use the different tools and technique, understand the root cause, understand the reason for the escape, understand the reason for generation of the defect, and then take the action. Don't jump for solution. Okay, so third common mistake is jumping to solution without knowing why it is happened. Fourth mistake which happened is not checking all possible causes, not validating causes before action. So here it is not checking all possible causes and not validating causes. Whenever a person, without identifying all the possible probable causes and without validating it, he comes to a solution, he gives the ideas, is the mistake which many of them do. That is the reason we get some relief in our problems, but it are not solved permanently because we don't use the systematic approach. So avoid this fourth mistake. Using personal preferences for selecting solution. Sixth, not following a systematic approach. Again, it's a problem or it's a common mistake. कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है, अपने खुद के हिसाब से जो परसीव किया उसके बेसिस पे सॉल्यूशन निकालना है, कॉमन मिस्टेक. सिस्टमिक वे से डाटा ना कलेक्ट करना, प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट नहीं करना और सॉल्यूशन पे आना, इट्स अगेन इट्स अ मिस्टेक. अगेन इट्स अ रॉन्ग वे ऑफ सॉल्विंग द प्रॉब्लम. Next, one of the common mistakes which people follow is coming to the solution with the help of hit and trial method. One of the common mistake which maximum people do is coming to a solution on trial and basis or hit and trial method. बिना सोचे बिना समझे कुछ तो करो, उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करो, रिजल्ट आ गया तालियां बजाओ, नहीं आया बॉम्ब मारो या ब्लेम करो. Hit and trial method. We should never ever follow this method. What is hit and trial method? कॉमन अप्रोच है, मैक्सिमम जगह पे इसको यूज करते हैं. प्रॉब्लम क्या आ रहा है, उस प्रॉब्लम को रिवर कैसे करे, रिपेयर कैसे करे, हाँ, टेम्परेरी बेसिस पे कैसे सॉल्व करे. मैक्सिमम फोकस इज गिवन ऑन द करेक्टिव एक्शंस इंस्टेड ऑफ systemic action, preventive actions, corrections are done. Such methods without understanding what impact will happen with the change in the process or methodology for solving or implementing the action which we are deciding right now. बिना सोचे समझे आगे क्या इम्पैक्ट आएगा, इसके वजह से किसको क्या इम्पैक्ट आएगा, फ्यूचर में क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आएगी, ये बिना सोचे समझे अभी का पेन प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना, हिट एंड ट्रायल मेथड. Hit and trial method takes long time. It takes because it's on all trial basis. कभी कभी जल्दी सॉल्व हो जाता है, कभी कभी takes lot of time. Okay, never ever try to solve the problem with the hit and trial method. Then how to solve the problem? How to prioritize? Okay, we have a QC tool named as a Pareto chart which follows the 80-20 rule. We have a QC tool known as Pareto chart which follows the 80-20 rules. Okay, so 20% of causes, that is vital few, leads to 80% of defect, whereas 80% causes, travel many, leads to 20% of defect. So better क्या है, 20% causes को आइडेंटिफाई करो जिसकी वजह से 80% आपको राहत मिलेगी. ऐसे प्रॉब्लम ढूंढो जिनके वजह से 80% प्रॉब्लम जनरेट होती है या उसके कॉजेज 80% प्रॉब्लम से लिंक्ड है, तो आपकी राहत बढ़ेगी. ओके, सामने जो इमेज दिया वो सेम दिखाना चाहते हैं. 80% ऑफ टाइम एक्सपेंडेड is giving 20% of result, and 20% of time invested on the correct problem selection of problem will give 80% of result. That 80% is nothing but the vital few. You must be knowing a Pareto chart. I have shared one video on YouTube. What is Pareto chart? Just go through it. Okay, so identify the vital few issues so that you get 80% of solution, 80% of relaxation, satisfaction in your issues. So this tool is used to identify the correct problem. Okay, so always use 80-20 principle. Get the biggest problem first, solve the vital few. Okay, now let us understand what is fact and opinion. Any decision which we take in our organization, in our day-to-day life, it should be based on the fact and not on opinion. So better let us understand what is fact and what is an opinion. So my understanding says that anything which we can measure, anything which we can measure or quantify is nothing but a fact. And anything which we can't measure it, it is the view of a person. It may change person to person. That is nothing but opinion. I will repeat. Anything which we can measure is nothing but a fact. Anything which we can't measure is an opinion. Opinion changes from person to person. Fact will remain same. Let me give you one example. Okay. मैं जाके वेट वेइंग मशीन के ऊपर खड़ा हो गया, वहां पे हो गया 89.6 kg. Okay. Somebody comes. Okay. I will call my friend. कितना है? वो बोलता है 86.9. 89.6. Okay. I will call my mom. She will say 89.6. आप भी आएंगे, आप भी रीडिंग देखेंगे, आप क्या बोलेंगे? 89.6. बाद में मैं एक बंदे को बुलाता हूं और बोलता हूं, वो बंदा मोटा तगड़ा है, एकदम हेल्दी. भाई मैं कैसा हूं? बहुत पतला है. क्या बोलेगा? बहुत पतला है. मैं किसी दूसरे बंदे को पूछूंगा जो बहुत ही पतला है, वो मुझे क्या बोलेगा? अरे साला कितना मोटा हो गया है, कम कर, बाद में तकलीफ होगी. सो fact remains the same. My weight of 89.6 kg is same. Even if I ask you number of people, the answer is same. But the opinion में मोटा हूं का पतला हूं, ये हर कोई इंसान अलग अलग बता रहा है. मोटे को मैं पतला दिख रहा हूं, जो पतला है उसको मैं मोटा दिख रहा हूं. राइट? सो ओपिनियन may change. So let us take one example. Okay, I will give one statement. You just I will give you some time. Just think it is a fact or an opinion. Okay, he is unskilled. It's a fact or an opinion. He is unskilled. Unskilled is not measured. It's a generic statement. So my view is it's an opinion. My view is it's an opinion. What is your view? If I mention there that person is skilled at A degree, A category, that person is skilled for B category. B category is nothing which is a measurement, which is a symbol, skill level which is quantified. So let us see what is he is unskilled. It's a fact or opinion. It's an opinion. Skilled, unskilled depends. Skilled आदमी को वो unskilled देखेगा, unskilled आदमी को skilled देखेगा. So it may change. Okay. Next. Quality of XYZ Limited is bad, good or bad. It's an opinion. We are not measuring it. Quality of XYZ company is at 120 ppm. ppm. Quality of XYZ company is at 1200 ppm. Quantified, na? It's a fact. Hope you are understanding it, right? Are you able to understand it? Good. 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 The next example is the same. The ppm of ABC Limited is 50 for the month of November 2012. It's an fact because it is measurable. Next, temperature in the room is comfortable. Oh, temperature comfortable. Oh, it's an opinion. Temperature in the room is 26 degrees Celsius, which is measurable, so it's a fact. Right? How many line stoppages are due to shortages? Due to shortages, many line. Generic statement. क्या होगा ये? Opinion और fact. विनय क्या होगा बताओ? Chat box में डालो. चुमन. O for O, F for F. Good. Let's see what is the answer. It's an opinion because many line stoppages are due to shortage. Is a generic statement. It is not a specific. It is not measured. Line stoppage is 25% of line shortages. Yeah, sorry. I will repeat my sentence. Major line loss is because of SCM shortage part, which is contributing 12%, 20%. Fact. Measure करता है ना? Okay. Any statement without data is an opinion. Okay. Opinion changes person to person, but fact remains same. Opinion changes person to person, but fact remains same for all. Are you getting it? ओके, चैट बॉक्स में टाइप करो एस, गुड। अगर समझ में आ रहा है एस टाइप करो, नहीं तो नो प्लीज, कम ऑन। गुड अक्षय, गुड विनय, प्राची, थैंक यू प्राची, थैंक्स आरती, अक्षय, विनायक, थैंक यू, गुड। कम ऑन, नेक्स्ट टॉपिक। नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज 3G प्रिंसिपल। My experience is that 50% of problems are solved through 3G principle. My experience says 30% of problems are solved through 3G principle. Okay, 3G principle, not AC, PC, CC. AC एयर कंडीशन लगा के पीसी पे बैठ के प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना, सीसी गाली है, मैं देना नहीं चाहता हूं, आप समझ लो, आप बहुत होशियार हो। ओके, और मुझे फुल फॉर्म नहीं चाहिए, चैट बॉक्स में मत टाइप करना व्हाट इज द फुल फॉर्म ऑफ सीसी। ओके, 3G पिन से समझ के लेते हैं। ओके, सबसे पहले मैं आपको डेफिनेशन बोलता हूं, व्हाट इज 3G। इट्स अ जापानीज टेक्निक, जापानीज वर्ड स्टार्टिंग विद जी, गेम्बा, गेम्बत्सु एंड गेंजित्सु। 3G is a Japanese technique which is used for the problem solving. Okay, 50% of your problem on workstations are solved only through the 3G principle. Sorry, and those 3G principle are nothing but Gemba, Genbutsu and Genjutsu. What is Gemba? Real workplace. Going to the real workplace is nothing but Gemba. Going to the real workplace and observing the things is nothing but Gemba. Going through real workplace and observing the thing is nothing but Gemba. Genbutsu, real part and real situation. Observe the things of real part. Study the real part. Study the real situation. Genjutsu. Okay, we have seen Gemba, Genbutsu, now Genjutsu. It's a real time. चलो अभी एक एग्जांपल लेते हैं। ओके, एक फोन आता है, फोन में लिखा था, अरे ढोले पाटिल रोड के ऊपर एक एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, मेजर एक्सीडेंट, एक गाड़ी है, स्पोर्ट गाड़ी है और हेलमेट गिरा हुआ है, आदमी पता नहीं शायद गया। फोन आता है, RX 100 गाड़ी, डाउट आना चालू, अपने दोस्त में से कौन है, क्या है, लोग पूछते हैं, व्हाट्सएप में एक ऑलरेडी खबर फैलती है कि ऐसा ऐसा एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, ये है वो है, बस हर कोई अपने अलग अलग तरीके से परस्यू कर रहा है। ठीक है, एक जन कंप्लेन भी कर देता है पुलिस स्टेशन में, ऐसा ऐसा हुआ है, मेरा दोस्त घर पे नहीं आया, उसके पास एक गाड़ी, और अभी एक व्हाट्सएप पे फोटो आया गाड़ी का और हेलमेट गिरा हुआ, उसका भी व्हाइट कलर का हेलमेट था, कंप्लेन करके फ्री हो गया। सिचुएशन मालूम नहीं, कुछ नहीं, लेकिन ढूंढने जा रहे कौन है क्या है। ओके, डोले पाड़े रोड के पास बंदे लोग गए, ठीक है, वहां पे एक आदमी, कुछ नहीं दिखा, वहां पे गाड़ी नहीं दिखी, खुद नहीं दिखा, कुछ नहीं दिखा, ठीक है, लेकिन सब डरे हुए, एक्सीडेंट हुआ था, सुना था, फोटो आए थे, क्या प्रॉब्लम है। गांव वाले से बात किया, वहां पे एक बंदा था जहाँ पे वहां का रेसिडेंस नजदीकी, उसको पूछा कि क्या यहाँ पे कुछ एक्सीडेंट हुआ था, एक गाड़ी गिरी थी और हेलमेट था व्हाइट कलर। वो बंदा हंसने लगा, अरे सर रोड पूरी खाली है लॉकडाउन की वजह से, एक लड़का गाड़ी लेके आया, लाइट ऑन की, गाड़ी स्टार्ट किया, उसके सामने एक हेलमेट निकाल और अलग अलग टाइप से फोटो निकाल रहा था, कुछ फोटो शूट कर रहा था। अच्छा ठीक है, एक्शन बिक्शन कुछ नहीं हो, देखा फोन पे आया हुई चीज, कम्युनिकेशन मैसेज कुछ अलग था, हमने कुछ अलग परस्यू कर लिया, पुलिस स्टेशन तक कंप्लेन किया। जब रियल स्टेशन पे गए, वर्क स्टेशन पे गए, डोलेपाटी रोड पे गया, उधर जाने के बाद लोगों से भी रियल सिचुएशन जिसने देखा था उसने क्या बताया कि वहां पे एक लड़का गाड़ी टिल्ट करके, स्टार्ट करके, फोकस ऑन करके, वो फोकस के सामने हेलमेट रख के कुछ फोटो निकाल रहा था। आजकल निकालते ना लोग अलग अलग तरीके से फोटो, सिचुएशन कुछ अलग ही थी, प्रॉब्लम कुछ अलग ही डिफाइन हुआ, कम्युनिकेशन कुछ अलग ही हुआ, एवरीवन केम विद डिफरेंट ओपिनियन, डिफरेंट परसेप्शन। ओके, सो सेम कोई भी अगर प्रॉब्लम होता है तो फोकस्ड ऑन 3G गेम्बा अप्रोच, 50% से भी ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स आपके गेम्बा अप्रोच से सॉल्व हो जाएंगे, फिक्स। ओके, Same, whatever I said. More than 50% of your basic level problems can be solved with proper 3G concept only. People don't go on Gemba, people don't understand the process, people don't understand the SOP, people don't understand the real situation, the training of the operator, deployment of the operator, the version criticality. They don't understand it and they directly jump to the solution. They directly jump to the part without understanding, without taking the defective part, without seeing the actual problem what it is. कई बार होता है ना, डिफेक्ट इंस्पेक्टर वाला इंस्पेक्शन जो करता है वो डिफेक्ट लिख देखता है पुअर फिट, उसके हिसाब से पुअर फिट है, जब स्टैंडर्ड देखते तो स्टैंडर्ड में लिखा हुआ है 0.2 mm तक चलेगा करके, बिग डिफरेंस ना. सो ऑलवेज फोकस ऑन 3G प्रिंसिपल. होप इट इज मेकिंग सेंस. ओके, आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग इट? ओके, सुन. ओके, लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. Any problem we have to present it. Okay, so presentation is very important. How you are presenting your problem. There are different techniques which we are using in different organization in a different way. Okay, ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि जो भी प्रेजेंट प्रॉब्लम आप प्रेजेंट करोगे वो समझ में आना चाहिए. इट शुड बी स्पेसिफिक. देयर आर डिफरेंट टेक्निक्स लाइक 4W1H इज द टेक्निक व्हिच हेल्प्स टू डिफाइन योर प्रॉब्लम. 4W1H is a technique which is used to define a problem. Okay, so keep one thing in your mind. For presenting any fact or any problem, it should be in fact. Okay, problem should be defined in fact. And now how to present the fact is our topic. Okay, there are three different ways which are used to define the fact. One is the statement kar dena. Second is in a tabular format and third is in a graphical way. Okay, which one is better? Okay, the people who think statement is a perfect one, type S. chat box खुली है, अपना chat box में डालो. Students who think S is a best way to define a problem or a fact, please type T. And the candidates, the students who are here who thinks that graphical method is the best technique to present a fact, they can type G. Okay, come on, your chat box is open. Come on, type S T G. किसको S लगता है, किसको T लगता है, किसको G लगता है? गुड अक्षय. अपो नाम नहीं लिखा यार आपने, ठीक है, थैंक यू अपो. गुड. अनिकेत थैंक यू. गुड अनिकेत. सचिन गुड. जादव गुड. अनिल मुरकुटे. राजू. दीपा थैंक यू. दीपा थैंक यू. मोहन थैंक यू. रमेश थैंक यू. सानप गुड. ओके, चलो let us see which one is the best one. Okay, which one is the easiest one? Oh, the best one is the graphical way. बिना पढ़े लिखे वाले सभी को भी समझता है what is good, what is bad. So the best way to define or present your fact is the graphical way. Okay, avoid stating your fact or opinion in the statement form because there are a lot of variation in angle of bottom plate. एग्जाम्पल लेंगे उसमें समझ में आ जाएगा. स्टेटमेंट से अच्छा टेबुलर फॉर्मेट है. इट इज गुड टू डिफाइन योर फैक्ट इन टेबुलर फॉर्मेट, बट इट इज ऑलवेज बेस्ट टू डिफाइन योर प्रॉब्लम और डिफाइन योर फैक्ट्स इन अ ग्राफिकल वे. फॉर डिफाइनिंग योर स्टेटमेंट एंड फैक्ट वी हैव डिफरेंट टूल्स. Preferably we use QC tools for presenting any fact. Bar chart, isometric view, histogram. Okay, so for presenting any fact prefer using graphical method. Okay, now let us understand types of actions. Okay, in my 18 years of experience, okay, 18 साल के एक्सपीरियंस मैंने देखा है लोग जल्दी से जंप मारते हैं और बोलते हैं कि मेरे एक्सपीरियंस में यही होगा, ये कर रहे साहिब है पाइजल, बॉस को ये चाहिए जल्दी कर डाल, करो. क्या दिखता है, ये नॉट ओके दिखता है ना, उसको घिस के लगा ले, खत्म, सॉल्व हो जाएगा, गैप कम हो जाएगा. बस खत्म. People don't focus on the root causes. People don't focus on the root cause. They don't understand the problem. They directly see the symptoms on what basis they can reduce it, how they can repair it, how they can resolve it, but without understanding the root cause. Okay, and they directly jump to the solution. सबसे घातक तरीका जो हर इंडस्ट्री में आजकल चलता है. Okay, so action should be taken on the root cause and not on symptoms. एक एग्जांपल लेता हूं डॉक्टर का, वही वापस डॉक्टर का ही, कि एक बंदा है उसको फीवर आता है. फीवर आया, कैसे पता चला? उसको टच किया जी नहीं, हाँ, जिस उसको हाथ लगाया, टेम्परेचर फील हुआ, अरे हॉट लग रहा है, ओके, बीमार है. Who is writing that कोरोना? अरे कोरोना बिरोना नहीं है, एग्जांपल है, लाइट एग्जांपल है. डोंट गो इन कोरोना यार, अमरुद, डोंट पास सच मैसेज. Okay, coming back to the topic. So people focus on the symptoms, how to resolve the symptoms without understanding the root cause. Okay, so there are three types of actions which are taken in any organization: correction, corrective actions, and preventive actions. We were on the example of a person who just went to check for the fever case. Okay, एक बंदा है, उसको फीवर आता है. फीवर कैसे पता चला? उसके शरीर को हाथ लगाया तो गर्म लगा. हमने क्या किया? ठंडा पानी लिया, ठंडा पानी में कपड़ा डाला, कपड़ा निचोड़ा और उसके सिर के ऊपर रख दिया. 10-15 बार किया. 10-15 बार करने के बाद उसको निकाला, टेम्परेचर गिना, 98. एक्सीलेंट. बुखार चला गया. गुड. सिम्टम्स क्या था? गर्म लगता है, चटका बैठ रहा है. ठंडा पानी डाल के उसको पट्टी लगाए, रिजॉल्व. 2 घंटे के बाद वापस चेक किया, वापस टेम्परेचर है. बिकॉज रूट कॉज डिफरेंट है. रूट कॉज क्या था? उसको थ्रोट इन्फेक्शन हुआ है, ऑयली कुछ खाया था, थ्रोट इन्फेक्शन हुआ है, जिसकी वजह से उसका फीवर आया था. उसको रिजॉल्व करने के लिए बेसिक चीजें, उसने गार्गलिंग करना चाहिए, थोड़ा गर्म पानी पीना चाहिए, ऑयली और मीठा बंद करना चाहिए थोड़े दिन के लिए, और कुछ मेडिसिन लेनी चाहिए जिसकी वजह से उसका थ्रोट क्लियर हो जाए. अगर वो ऐसा करता है, टेम्परेचर निकल जाएगा. गॉट इट? हाँ, चलो देखते हैं क्या कहना चाहते हैं. ओके, there are actions which are taken on the symptoms. There are actions which are taken on the system. Those actions are nothing but corrections. Okay, corrections are done on temporary basis. By doing the corrections, the problems will repeat again and again. You will be engaged in solving it, but you will not get the satisfactory result because you are focusing only on symptoms. You are not finding out the causes. There are causes there are 2 ways or 2 things which we should take care in cause. First, understand the cause of generation. Okay, first understand what is the cause of generation. Second is identify the cause of escape or poor detection. Second one cause is understand why there was a poor detection system because of which he was not able to detect it, and that's why defect was generated. Okay, so whenever we identify the cause, generation cause and poor detection cause, action taken on those causes are nothing but corrective actions. Try to understand this. If you understand this, then there will not be any error in PFME review. There will not be any error in your problem list, because you will find some improvement after identify the cause related to escape and cause due to poor detection, because actions will be taken on the generation as well as detection stage. This will help you to reduce the number of defects every month. Okay, there are few ways through which systematic approach we can resolve it. Let us take one example of the same example. उसको थ्रोट इन्फेक्शन हुआ था, इससे फीवर हुआ, टेम्परेचर आया. थ्रोट इन्फेक्शन इसके लिए आया क्योंकि उसका बॉडी स्ट्रक्चर ही ऐसा है, उसने कुछ भी मीठा खा लिया, ठंडा पी लिया, उसका थ्रोट इन्फेक्शन पकड़ लेता है. बचपन से उसको प्रॉब्लम है. सिस्टमिक एक्शन क्या है? हर रोज सुबह उठने के बाद गर्म पानी गार्गलिंग करता है, नमक डाल के गार्गलिंग करने की उसने आदत लगा दी. अगर कुछ इन्फेक्शन उसको होता है, इस मेथड के वजह से इमीडिएटली वो वहां के वहां डिटेक्ट होके किल हो जाएगा. वो आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा, उसको वापस थ्रोट पेन नहीं होगा, उसको वापस टेम्परेचर नहीं आएगा. लेकिन इसने ये डेली बेसिस उसकी प्रैक्टिस बना ली है, उसका डेली रूटीन बना लिया. सुबह उठने के बाद गार्गलिंग करने का, उसमें वो नमक डालता है और गार्गलिंग करता है. द बेसिक थिंग विच ही इज फॉलोइंग ऑन रेगुलर बेसिस, वो हो गया सिस्टमिक एक्शन। सेम वे में ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अगर आप क्लीटा शीट अपडेट करते हो, चेक शीट अपडेट करते हो, पीफीएम रिव्यू करते हो, पोका के इंप्लीमेंट करते हो, पोका के ऑडिट करते हो, रैंडम इंस्पेक्शन शीट होती है, क्वालिटी इंस्पेक्शन शीट होती है, 100% डिटेक्शन शीट, जो भी हो, आपने किया हुआ एक्शन सही चल रहा है नहीं चल रहा है उसको चेक करने के लिए मैकेनिज्म है, या उसको जनरेट हो रहा है क्या वो देखने के लिए, ना हो इसके लिए कुछ सिस्टम है। तो that is nothing but a systematic approach or systematic root cause analysis. Hope you are understood it. Any doubt? Yes, Aniket. Okay, I will repeat. In short, for any problem there is a symptoms. For any problem there is a symptoms. I will take one part, fabricated part. There was a crack. Crack is a symptom. Okay. One of the ways, press it, do soldering, not soldering, welding on the crack part, the part will be okay. Okay, we can give it to the supplier or the customer by identifying some risk, by calculating some risk at customer end. Okay, this such type of actions are corrections because we have not identified the root cause. Okay, okay. Second one is why that crack was there. We are identifying that cause. Okay, so why that crack is generated, we have identified that cause. Same way, we have identified why the crack was not detected on workstation. Both causes will identified and then we will take the actions. So actions will be on the generation and the detection, poor detection. Such actions are called corrective actions. Any systemic action, any preventive actions, any corrective actions, corrective nahi, systemic actions, any system approach, a systemic approach which we do in our regular practice daily routine activities, such actions are preventive actions. Let me give you one example of fabrication only. These are the different ISO definition. I am just keeping it in front of you for just 30 seconds. Okay, so these are the definition which we follow in ISO. I prefer that we should understand all these definitions. So I will show you one example. Okay, with the same example. Okay, last 10 seconds. Just take the photograph or screenshot of this image. Okay, next. Okay, here is the example of a bracket perpendicular error. Okay, here in image you can see that one welded bracket is there which is not perpendicular, so this is not okay, which is not accepted by the organization. So this problem was assigned to Arun. Okay, अपने लाइन पे जो चैट कर रहा है वो अरुण नहीं, ये तो वो गलत फैल गए. डोंट थिंक इन दैट वे. अरुण एक उस शॉप का एक बंदा है, उसको वो प्रॉब्लम असाइन किया. उसने क्या किया, जो भी डिफेक्टिव पार्ट्स आए थे उसको सेग्रीगेट किया, रेक्टिफिकेशन के लिए ओईएम के पास भेज दिया, सप्लायर के पास भेज दिया, वेंडर के पास, ओके पार्ट यूज करना चालू कर दिया. दिस इज ऑल्सो एक्शन, दैट इज अ करेक्टिव एक्शन. नया लॉट आएगा तो वापस डिफेक्ट भी आएगा क्योंकि एक्शन इज टेक रूट कॉज के ऊपर नहीं हुआ. Such actions are called as corrections. Okay, abhi let us understand what is the cause. Okay, the reason for this defect generation was welding distortion. Okay, why perpendicularity is out? Because there is a welding distortion on workstation and the workman or the stage owner is not a skillful person. Okay, what is the cause for escape cause? Why part was passed by from supplier line? In short, why there was a poor detection on that workstation? So no inspection of perpendicularity at supplier vendor end. Mix up of okay and not okay parts during dispatch. So there are two reasons, root cause, which are identified for the escape cause. Similarly, there are two root cause for the cause occurrence. Okay, so we have to take 4 actions. One on the welding distortion, second is lack of skill deployment, third is the inspection improvement, what method we can implement so that perpendicularity can be checked on the workstation. And second, last action which we can take is how we can avoid mixing of okay and not okay part on the workstation. So such actions are called as corrective action. Okay, welding कम इंस्पेक्शन फिक्चर मेड एट वेंडर एंड. एक फिक्चर बना है जो परपेंडिकुलर को मेंटेन करेगा. फिगर में देख रहा है आपको, उसमें दिखा है ना फिगर में, एक फिक्चर बना है जिसमें वो परपेंडिकुलर को रखेगा, वेल्डिंग करते समय पार्ट को परपेंडिकुलर रखेगा, इंस्पेक्शन भी कर पाएगा. ओके. साथ ही साथ में उसने ओके नॉट ओके पार्ट मिक्सअप करने के लिए एक प्रोविजन भी दिया है, वो फोटो में नहीं है. और उसने एक सिस्टम CTQ क्रिटिकल टू क्वालिटी मॉनिटरिंग स्टार्ट किया. ऐसा एक एग्जांपल है. अगर ऐसा करता है, सच एक्शंस आर नथिंग बट करेक्टिव एक्शंस. ओके. सिस्टमिक एक्शन, व्हाई वी मिस द फिक्चर दिस फिक्चर ड्यूरिंग पार्ट डेवलपमेंट प्रोसेस. इनिशियली हमने क्यों मिस कर दिया, हमसे क्या गलती हो गई जिसके वजह से ये प्रॉब्लम जनरेट हुई, क्यों हमने इसको रिएक्टिव अप्रोच में लिया, क्यों ये प्रोएक्टिव अप्रोच क्यों नहीं लिया, क्या गलत हुआ. तो उन्होंने पीपैप का ट्रेनिंग दिया टीम को, पीपैप को रिविजिट किया विद कैलकुलेशन ऑफ प्रोसेस कैपेबिलिटी ऑफ ऑल क्रिटिकल टू क्वालिटी. गॉट इट. सेकेंड एक्शन क्या ले सकते थे फॉर प्रिवेंटिव एक्शन इज दे कैन रिव्यू देयर PFMEA. दे कैन रिव्यू देयर PFMEA. अगर PFMEA बनाते समय उन्होंने ये पैरामीटर कंसिडर किया अगर होता तो ये डिफेक्ट जनरेट भी नहीं होता, पुअर डिटेक्शन भी नहीं होता, सप्लायर के पास भी नहीं जाता. ओके. इट्स अ वेरी गुड एग्जांपल फ्रेंड्स. So please take the snapshot of the screen which will be useful for you. Okay. Is this making sense? Are you getting whatever I am saying? समझ में आ रहा है? If हाँ आ रहा है तो yes टाइप करो, नो तो नहीं आ रहा है तो N टाइप करो. ओके. और स्क्रीनशॉट को फोटो निकालो. यस प्रथमेश, गुड. समझ में आ रहा है? यस, गुड. जादव, यस, गुड. थैंक यू जादव. थैंक यू सतीश. Thank you Anil. Thank you Raju bhai. Bhai, you are from Gujarat. Thank you Raju bhai. Deepak, thank you. Ankita, thank you. Tanaji, thank you. Ramesh, thank you. Jagtap, thank you. Mohan, thank you. Appo, thank you. Thank you. Come on, let's go to the next topic. Type of action. Now we have understood there are 3 types of action, right? Correction, corrective action, systemic action. Got it? So which action is this, which type of action is this. जैसे जैसे टाइम जा रहा है वैसे वैसे नंबर ऑफ डिफेक्ट शॉप के या डिपार्टमेंट के बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. करेक्शन है, करेक्टिव एक्शन है, सिस्टमिक एक्शन है. करेक्शन इज 1, करेक्टिव एक्शन इज 2, सिस्टमिक एक्शन इज 3. चैटिंग में मैं अगर पोल स्टार्ट दूंगा टाइम जाएगा. ओके. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है कि विद करेक्टिव एक्शंस डिफेक्ट इज कांस्टेंट. ओके. It is not. With systemic approach, number of concern per as your time passes, number of defect trend in your shop or in your assembly will reduce. अगर आपके ग्राफ बताता है कि नंबर ऑफ डिफेक्ट्स कांस्टेंट है, इसका मतलब क्या है, आपके शॉप में करेक्टिव के ऊपर ज्यादा फोकस है, सिस्टमिक अप्रोच नहीं है, जिसके वजह से आपके कंसर्न कम नहीं हो रहे. किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अगर कंसर्न कम होते रहेंगे, दैट मीन्स देयर इज अ सिस्टमिक अप्रोच, preventive actions are taken in that shop floor. Problem solving approach, the solving technique has to follow PDCA cycle. And after PDCA cycle, for sustenance and for sustainable improvements of the action taken, we should follow SDCA cycle. Okay. PDCA cycle, we have to sustain and then we have to follow the standardization, do, check and act cycle. Again we have to do PDCA cycle, again you come to the SDCA cycle. This is the way how you can achieve your task. Continual improvement is nothing but continuous improvement plus sustenance. With continuous improvement we have to approach PDCA cycle. For sustenance you have to use the SDCA cycle. Got it? For PDCA cycle it's a continuous improvement. With the help of SDCA cycle is a sustainable improvement. Both PDCA and SDCA cycle gives us continual improvement. Okay. SDCA and PDCA both cycle are nothing but are also known as the Deming cycle. Okay. Next. When you climb to the top, you can see the next target. Okay. Jumping at several small opportunities may get you there more quickly than waiting for a big one to come along. Always we should have a target in our area. Unless and until we don't have the target, will not be able to succeed. Okay, so let's move to the next topic. इस वीडियो से अगर आपको कुछ नॉलेज अपडेट हुआ है, कुछ नई इंफॉर्मेशन अगर आपको मिली है, तो लाइक और कमेंट करना मत भूलना। अगर आप इस चैनल को पहली बार देख रहे हो तो सब्सक्राइब करो, ठीक है। और ऐसे नई नई वीडियोस हम लोग और लाएंगे इसी टॉपिक के ऊपर पार्ट 2 जिसमें केस स्टडी शेयर की है, उसे देखना मत भूलिएगा, ठीक है। सी यू सून इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो, बाय।